Welcome back to Blackberry Ridge and our series on making and canning tomato sauce. In part one, we went ahead and we ran our tomatoes through the strainer and we got them ready to be cooked down. In this part of it, we're going to go through doing the canning part. We have our tomato sauce has been cooked down about halfway. We already have some jars in the canner. We started videotaping and ran into a glitch. It turned itself off. So over here, this is a water bath canner. We have our jars in there, and there's the ones that are sitting in the hot water, and there's the ones that we have already started filling. The water will be at least 1 inch above the level of the jars. The recipe that we're going to be referencing from and doing some mild adjustments to, I got out of the Ball Blue Book, Guide to Preserving. It is the 37th edition. We are going to page 35, and here is the recipe for the tomato sauce. I am going to be making some adjustments to it. So, in their recipe, they say to simmer the tomatoes in a large saucepan until they are soft, stirring to prevent sticking. And then they say to go ahead and take these pureed tomatoes out and run them through your food strainer or your food mill to remove the peels and seeds. I don't know about you, but if you look at my hands do enough work and they get banged up enough. I don't relish the idea of burning my fingertips off dealing with hot tomatoes. So what I have done is I have adjusted my recipe, and here it says that I'm going to remove the peels and seeds with a Victorio food strainer. The other thing that I'm going to do to change the recipe is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add salt. They did not put in instructions for doing half pints, which is the size that we're going to be processing today. So I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to the each half pint. And then here it says that to use a 1/4 teaspoon citric acid or a tablespoon bottled lemon juice for a pint. I cut that in half because a half pint is half the size of a pint. Now, just to let you know that there are other recipes that are in here for doing tomato sauce. One is a basil garlic tomato sauce, and the other one is a seasoned tomato sauce. Excuse me. I personally have tried both of these recipes, and the one that I use as my fallback one is this one here, the plain one. And the reason for that is that if I want to use the tomato sauce to make pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce or maybe make tomato soup, then I can take and just add a few ingredients to this tomato sauce and then I can use it. Also, we're going to be using the half pint size because with it just being Ambria and I on property, that's the size that fits our needs the best. For instance, for my meatloaf recipe that I use, I only use 1 cup, which is a half pint of sauce in my meatloaf recipe. And I find that we have less waste that way, and our product that we're using tends to be the freshest by using the size that we're going to use at each meal. Okay, now we're back over to the cook surface. So we're going to take out a jar. So we're going to be using hot jars, hot lids, hot rings. When you take the hot water out, put it don't do it this way because the water can run down the handle and burn your arm. I won't tell you how I know that. Do it this way so that the hot water is falling through the hole. You have less likely to burn yourself. So we're going to be doing hot jars, hot lids, hot rings, hot sauce. Everything's hot. Can you get this okay, Ambi?
Yeah, we're up to 4-minute M, and then it has 4:40 time on it. That makes any sense.
I was listening to what she said and wasn't paying attention here, and I overfilled this.
Sorry.
Thank you, Ambria. So we want to fill this jar to where it is a 1/2 inch. from the top. And then we're going to add our 1/8 of a teaspoon of our citric acid. And we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to each jar. I've got a cloth here that's got vinegar on it, and I'm going to rub it around the lid here.
That way you don't have debris underneath when you're trying to seal it.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to use this little magnet thing because this lid is hot. And debubble. Hang on. You probably don't need to debubble because this is a liquid, but I do go ahead and debubble.
That way you don't have a bad experience with the jars.
Right, no bad experiences with the jars. Like I said, I've done this now 2 or 3 times and I'm trying to remember what I'm doing. We're going to put this on finger tight. Since everything's hot, I need a towel.
That way you don't burn your hands trying to do this.
And we're going to put it into the canner.
And
now, we're running out of memory on this phone, on this camera again, so let me tell you real fast what we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue to fill every one of these jars up exactly the way that we just did this one jar. And then we're going to put the lid on and we're going to bring the pot to a boil. And after it comes to a boil, we are going to process it for 35 minutes. And after it's been processed for 35 minutes, we'll turn the fire off underneath the pot. We'll leave the lid on for about 5 more minutes. When you raise the lid, always raise it with the lid where it's opening up away from your face so that you don't accidentally have steam come up into your face. And then we're going to take our handy dandy jar mover and we're going to put these jars over onto a towel. And we put it on the towel so that if you put it on the cold counter, you might have a chance of breaking one of your jars. Leave some space in between them, and after they sit for at least 24 hours, then we remove the rings, and this is the ring. We remove the rings off of the jar, and we put the date on it and what's inside the jar.
And if some jars don't seal, you can,
we refrigerate them and use them right away.
Okay.
Or you can recan them if you're canning more. But we tend to just reseal ours and just use them.
Is that okay?
All right. So what we want to say is thank you so much for coming back to Blackberry Ridge. We're sorry for the technical difficulties that we've had in trying to get this video out to you. We're hoping that you can be successful. Just remember that whenever you have anything, no matter what it is, save it, preserve it, use what you have, make it go as far as you can. God bless America. Pray for our country. It's Vivian Ann and Ambria on the side of the mountain in northeast Tennessee. Cannon Maters.
And if you have any questions, just let us know.
Oh, and if you all could do me a favor, we're trying to have our channel grow so that we can get some kind of an income from the channel. So if y'all would just let everybody know what we're doing on Facebook, share what we're doing, we sure would appreciate it. God bless you again. Bye.
Thank you.